You're listening to Edible Podcast, orally fixated, highly ingestible, lesbian and cannabis culture. Hey, yo, Alexa, roll up.
I'm on time. That's crazy. Hey, BB. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Tempest Fry. Tempest Bryant does things. Hey, Masha. Hey, everybody. I hope you're here to find out how to eat some pussy. Because that's what we talking about today. Oh, shit. I am Lady Crayola is in the building. Hey, boo. Y'all check out I am Lady Crayola. Matter of fact, I'm going to pin that real quick. And then AJ's in here, too. I'm going to pin you, AJ. But I am Lady Crayola is one of our sponsors for Edible Podcasts. She does some phenomenal artwork. Matter of fact, I'm going to take y'all back here right now. Sorry, AJ, give me 1 second. So, that ass and that ass and this pendant and these earrings are all by Lady Crayola. So she has a website too, artbyladyc.com. Go check it out and use code EDIBLE to get 30% off your first order. Yay. Alright, let's see here. How y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody has their wine. What y'all drinking on? I'm gonna add you in just a second, AJ. I'm gonna let a couple people come on here real quick. Matter of fact, fuck it. You just getting on now. I see some old faces in here. What up, y'all? Wine. What kind of wine, Urban Boho? Yes, I'm half naked. I did a show right before this, y'all, and I was drinking already. Hey, boo.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I love the purple. It's my favorite color.
Thanks. I'm getting used to it. I don't know. I haven't done purple in a while, so it's kind of I'm more of like a pink or platinum blonde.
Yeah, that's how I cross you with the pink.
Yes. How is everything?
With my hair, but it just I'm scared to do different things with it. But that's why I just started getting wigs and stuff like that. That's been
That's exactly what I say. Wigs are the truth because then you don't have to fuck around with your own hair. You can do a multitude of different things. Long, short, curly, straight, blue, pink, green, black, whatever.
Right. You can be a different person every single day.
Every day. Yes. The alter egos get to play.
What you drinking?
I'm boring. Ginger ale and lemonade.
That's okay.
I can't smoke and drink together, so it's got to be one or the other. So I chose to smoke.
That's so
a little bit. Yes, ma'am.
Well, y'all, let me tell you a little bit about AJ. AJ. Oh no, you're not ready?
You know, it's really weird. This is like my shy moment where go ahead.
So that's okay. You have shy moments, but you do live. She does lives and she does podcasts too, but I try to tell people all the time, I'm still shy when I do other people's interviews.
Absolutely.
That's the wine. I always make sure I have a cup. It just kind of takes the edge off for me.
That's why you have to smoke a little bit to kind of mellow out a little bit and not stay in your head.
Absolutely. AJ and I just recorded a podcast actually that will be coming out not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Mm-hmm. So make sure y'all listen for that. But she is the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles, which I was indoctrinated into. Was it the Pum Pum?
Yes, the Pum Pum, the Pum Pum, the almighty Pum Pum. Somebody just asked, how can they join the podcast crew?
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you mean.
That too.
Let us know what you mean, boo. Like, do you want to get on, or like you want to do podcasts? Two totally different things, but yeah. I always make sure, even if you do your own podcast, like as you can see, AJ does her own podcast. I always want to show love. I kind of like want to be like a centerpiece of like, you know, bringing community together as far as women are in the queer community. So if you guys have something that you need to talk about, you think people should know about, like definitely hit me up. I'm here to support always. But yeah, AJ, all about the pussy. Today we have to talk about how to eat pussy.
Yes.
So
and the misconceptions. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have this discussion is because I feel like my younger self and what I knew about getting my pussy eaten or eating pussy, and my older self, what I know now, two very different things. And it's like there's this ongoing debate about where to focus on when you're eating pussy, and people are always stuck on the clit. Like if you attack the clit, that's the only thing that matters. Focus on the clit. Once you find the clit, don't leave the clit. Keep your tongue on the clit. Apply pressure to the clit. And you know what? It gets overdone. Like we all know that there are 8,000 nerve endings. Well, for most of us know. I don't know if everybody knows, but there are 8,000 nerve endings in the clit, in that little tiny, tiny button.
That's crazy.
And for me, it's like if you start focusing on it, where like you're just constantly sucking on it and not doing anything else, after a while, the pleasure is not so pleasurable because it becomes hypersensitive.
Right.
As I've gotten older, I've realized and I've discovered that my pussy, my pum-pum, is like there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on down there. That's not just the clit. No, like big and serious. You know what I mean? It's like we know that we've got the fat outer pum-pum lips, and then we've got the smaller inner pum-pum lips, and whether they're big or small, they're tucked, they hang, whatever the case may be. But nobody ever talks about giving pleasure to that part of the pussy.
Right. You're absolutely right. It's always like that, been that one thing, the clit.
It is.
Whereby, find the clit. Like, it's their mission in life to find the clit. And you're like, there's so
and
many...
forget about everything else. And forget about there's like a whole pussy, there's like a whole village that exists before you get to the kingdom. Right. You know what I mean? You have to pay tribute to the village. You have to see what's going on with the people in the village. You have to check out the verge and the growth in the village. You have to tend to the village before you get to the kingdom. And the clit is the kingdom, right? But see, somebody just said I French kissed the whole thing. Now, okay. So and that's the thing for me. So when I was younger, it really was just about, okay, if he can't find the clit, then I'm frustrated. Then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to you need to take your mouth off me. No, you can't get another chance. You didn't do it right the first time, and whatever the case may be. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that there's a whole lot more pleasure to be had when the whole pussy is focused on. I've discovered that maybe there aren't 8,000 nerve endings, you know, in the fatter labia, the same way that there are in the clit, but there are sensory spots on the labia, in the groin area, in that crease between the fat, fleshy pussy part and your outer thigh. There's so many areas around there to focus on before you even get to the kingdom, before you even touch the clit. So much so that if you focus on the whole of the pussy, if you even just breathe on the clit, even if you just go like that real quick, she's coming everywhere. Everywhere. Because now her body is in hyper overload. Her mind is going, her skin is on fire, her nerves are on fire, like everything is going. So it makes the struggle less of a struggle when you focus on the whole pussy and not just the clit.
Right.
The clit could be like the cherry on top. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's like the kingdom. There's a whole village to tend to first before you even get to the kingdom.
And you have to know you're ready to go there. You have to be prepared to go there, like you said. You got to pay tribute because so many people
Absolutely.
are that. And that's the thing. A lot of people are orgasm focused. That's another issue. You're so focused on getting to this orgasm, and we have it in our heads that going straight for the clit is going to produce this orgasm. Take time with the person that you're with. Like, that's really how you learn what they need, what they want, is by taking your time. Because that's a mental block. Like, when I feel rushed to come, it's a mental block. I can't come.
Yeah.
I can't. And we can tell when we're getting head if you are running low on patience. it's taking 45 minutes, like, don't be fucking mad at me. Be mad at your damn self. You know,
right?
Like, the fuck? I thought we was having
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why, you know, people who are looking for the clit and can't find the clit get frustrated with the fact that they can't find the clit, because that's their sole focus, right? It shouldn't be the only focus. Again, the whole entirety of the pussy, the fat, fleshy parts, the little slim, skinny parts, and the clit, it's the entirety of the pussy. I know that there are people who also say, like, tongue fucking the pussy doesn't make any sense because it's not as long as a dick. So then there's this debate, right, about the fact that the G-spot is 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches in on the upper side, just below your vulva. If your tongue is even 2 inches long and you stick your tongue out and curl it back and stroke against the inside and form a suction, so you're basically, we're gonna demonstrate, you're forming a suction, say? So the clit is here, this is the bottom part. So you're sticking your tongue in.
Mm-hmm.
And curving, sorry, you all right? But you see what I mean, right? You have to open your mouth. We're gonna do it again. I can wipe off my lip gloss.
Do it again.
So the opening.
Yes.
Right? Stick your tongue in and curve and stroke upwards. And then you're massaging her G-spot. Whether you know it or not, you actually are. People who say that you shouldn't focus on the hole's pointless, the hole's for fingers and apparatus and whatever the case may be, that's not actually the case. Your tongue is more sensitive than your fingers will ever be. Your tongue is more sensitive and more probing than any strap-on, any dick, any dildo will ever be.
That's so true.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about when you're eating food, right? The slightest heat on your tongue, you feel it. If it's too hot and it burns you even a little bit, even if you spit it out really quickly, you've burned your tongue. You can burn the roof of your mouth. You know what I mean? It's hypersensitive, but it's also the fastest healing orifice on our body. There's all kinds of stuff going on in your mouth. Why would you think that your tongue is useless inside the woman's pussy? Because it's not as long as...
I don't know who the fuck thought that. Because listen, if anything is even in the vicinity, a bitch is coming.
Could you imagine? So you've got her thighs. You're holding her thighs apart so she can't move. And you've suctioned your mouth around her pussy and you've stuck your tongue inside. Like I said, you're making that curling motion, stroking upwards. And every now and again, you go up and you say, hey to the kingdom, and you flick the clit a little bit, tap on the gate, and you come back down again and put your tongue back in and stroke on the G-spot. You know what's going to happen? Other than wetness everywhere, you're going to lose your fucking mind.
Okay. Technique, y'all. It's technique. You gotta learn that shit.
Let me just say, why are you all so good at why y'all look so good though? Cause we cute. We sex symbols. You don't know?
No,
We're sex symbols. We talked about that, right? Yeah. Get the girls in.
So let's talk about tantric sex.
So you're like just like super, super present when you're doing it.
It's an energy exchange more so than anything. It's I've had an experience where sitting in the person's lap, face to face, chest to chest, nothing on, just silence around us and just breathing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just that exchange. Yeah, that exchange of breath, that exchange of energy. And like you said, being present in the moment and just focusing on the person in front of you, focusing on the person's vibe, focusing on their energy, but also focusing on the energy that you're putting out yourself and making sure that it's sensual and passionate and positive and open, that you're not restrictive and that your mind isn't, wandering, thinking about a whole bunch of other things, that you're actually present in the moment.
You're like committed to this experience, just period. Else, nothing more. It's the best kind of sex.
I don't know. It's like, mind sex before sex is the best fucking sex.
Oh yeah.
Because if you have my brain twisted around the ways in which we're going to do the things that we're going to do, you know what I mean? Like even before you touch me, like I said, you could blow breeze on me and I'm coming. Like you'd have to like get a towel and dry up my legs. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck my mind first.
We so complicated though, you know. They out here like, okay, so first.
Yes. But it is. I mean, sometimes we're basic animalistic creatures where you just want to, be with somebody, not really think too much about it. But even that, there has to be some kind of an appeal, some kind of an intrigue with the person. There still has to be something that catches our attention, because it's not like we're just going to go around with just any and anybody, even if we wanted it that badly. You know what I mean? And if it is that we do somebody like that, chances are that's not a person that you're going to talk to again, like for any reason.
Right. It's going to be in and out. Let's see. Like you said, some ladies, I need that though. Like, nah, put your whole face in it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can put your whole face in it, but if they're just rubbing their head from side to side for like no good reason.
Right. I will say this though. So a big part of me, having an orgasm, or just enjoying myself, period, is me knowing that any part of my being is turning this person on, right? So if they're down there and they love the fact that I'm like super wet and coming all crazy and they're rubbing it all over their face, me personally, that shit.
Yes. 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 Yes.
But again, like that comes down to like really being selfless in it. Like on one hand, of course, get your okay? Get that by all means. But when you're having that tantric experience, or like, when you're really engaged with someone, like that's not what it's all about. It becomes a collective thing. And when it's collective, the two energies crossing, like you just have a better experience. You have a better orgasm. Like you just synchronize like a lot easier. Like, so
someone asked a question. Do you enjoy yourself if you didn't come?
Yes.
Tell more.
Yes. Again, like I think it's important to not be orgasm focused, like at all. I've been with people and I made them come, and like that was good enough for me. And I've been with people who they've made me come, and I'm like nah, like I want to make you come. I feel like obligated to do it, and not necessarily obligated. I really wanted to, like, because I pussy. So I wanted to, but I wasn't satisfied with the fact that they were cool with me not. They were like, nah, I just wanted to do something for you. And that's like, we feel some type of way when somebody doesn't want something in return. Like, nah, get used to them gifts, boo. Like,
yeah, you deserve those gifts. It's like the same way if somebody wanted to take you to dinner, or somebody wanted to buy you a trinket, or somebody wants to. If somebody says, I want to eat your pussy, I don't want you to do anything to me, I just want you to lay back and enjoy it. Your first thought doesn't have to be, well, what do I need to do in return? Or can I return the favor? Or I feel guilty about. No.
That's a common misconception. Like, so sex doesn't have to be reciprocal necessarily. Now, if you feel taken advantage of, if you feel like you're not getting what you want out of that situation, that's a whole nother situation. But it doesn't have to be a tit for tat situation. Eat my pussy today, I'm gonna suck the fuck out of you tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
But also listen to them. If they're telling you that they don't want anything, Richard, don't push it, because then don't force it and say, okay, well, no, I have to, or no, I really should, or, oh, I feel really bad. Because if you're going to kill the vibe and you're going to kill the moment, and you're going to take away from the gift that the person is trying to give you. Just,
True too.
Lay back. If you got to run to the bit, go do that instead of complaining, and come back and lay your ass down.
Exactly. Already got gifts, accept them, and go to sleep. Like, take your ass to sleep.
Right.
Stop.
Absolutely.
Forgetting your nuts, like. I don't feel guilty.
And I've had to have that conversation when I was in Texas with the woman that I was involved with there. Like, she was always used to being in relationships where she was the strong one and she was the giving one, and she had to make sure that her girlfriend's needs were taken care of first and all this kind of stuff. And so, like I remember even just simple things like I was massaging her neck and her shoulders like for a really long time, and massaging down her back and that kind of thing. And then she's like, do you want me to give you a massage in return? I'm like, why?
Right.
And she's like, because, you gave me one and it felt so good. I just want to make you feel good as well. I'm like, I feel fantastic. Me pleasing you, right? Me pleasing you made me feel fantastic. I'm like, do you feel relaxed? Do you feel good? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, then that's what matters to me. I don't need you to return the favor. It takes away from the point of what I was trying to do and what I was trying to share and what I was trying to experience with you. If you could feel my energy through my fingertips as I'm massaging and running my nails down your back and all that kind of stuff, if you could feel my intention, if you could feel my passion and what I feel for you, that's what I wanted to achieve. That's what I wanted to gift you. That's the experience that I wanted you to be part of. I didn't do it because it needs to be reciprocated.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people aren't like used to that, and myself as well. Like I'm definitely a person that in relationships I'm constantly giving. Like, what do you need? What do you need? And I had to get myself out of that. But then like also like when people would do things for me, I would feel like I needed to give back in some way. But guess what? This is the universe giving back to you. Okay, take all the massages.
Absolutely. Take all the love up, take all the rub up, like take all of that, And it was one of the things that made our relationship so great is that, when she finally came to a point of understanding that it was okay to let me take care of her, it was okay to, not have to be the strong one all the time. Like it was okay to, let me take care of you. Let me do nice things for you. Let me treat you, like the beautiful person that you are. When she finally understood that, it was beautiful.
Absolutely.
It was.
Well, when you meet someone like that, it doesn't happen very often. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh no, I want to do something for you. Like usually it's well, for me, I'm just speaking from personal experience. It's like, oh, I want to give, and then I give it in return. So when you're finally getting that back, you're like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Yeah. And she said that a bunch of times. She's like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like, just enjoy it. I said, it's one thing, like if I'm hurting you, tell me that. But if it's not where you're actually like, you feel good, your body feels relaxed, your mind feels engaged, your heart feels loved, like you as a person feel appreciated, that's good enough for me. I'm good with that. That's what I'm looking for. It doesn't need to be like a physical response. And part of the crazy thing too for me is like, knowing that she received, and she was so amazing, such an amazing person, and to know that she received,
I'm feeling like her amazing.
Yeah, to know that she was like getting far less than what she was giving. Like her girlfriend was a real asshole, like a real asshole. So quick story. So when I met her, we had gone to an event in San Antonio, and so her girlfriend is a model, but my friend, her, beautiful. She should have been, and it was the strangest thing because I'm looking at her, I'm like, and so I'm saying to my friend Linda, I'm like, does T model? And she's like, no. I said, so what does T do? And she's like, T's a bartender. No, T needs to be a model.
Right.
Like, and the thing is, everybody was looking at T and nobody was looking at the girlfriend who was actually the model. So right. Completely underappreciated in her relationship and but yeah, like when she finally got it, it was a beautiful thing. It was really beautiful.
It was precious, I'm sure. Oh,
yeah, really? Did you just say "aw"?
People love it on her. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. What's another don't?
What's another don't?
Yes. Do we have another don't? So no gnawing, no rubbing the head side to side like a crazy person. Have purpose and intention for doing it.
If you're down with it, put some fingers in there.
Yes.
The pussy, like integrate some other shit.
Your nails are clean and clipped.
Please, because I will not be calling you back if you give me a fucking infection like 3 days later. I'll be pissed. No, listen, the nail thing, like we have to talk about it. I make it a point to talk about the nail thing consistently.
Yeah, especially because
I always get baby dykes. I get baby dykes all the time, signing on, following and stuff. I'm like, y'all need to know as baby dykes that you cannot be fucking us up. You down here giving us fucking episiotomies and shit like that because you don't want to clip your nails.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
Fucked up for like a whole 2 weeks before because somebody didn't clip their nails.
Really?
Yeah. It was bad because the thing is, like, I like to be aggressively fucked.
Yes.
So that nail caught me, and it was over. Yeah. It was over. I was like, ah! And that was one of them situations where they thought, like, I just couldn't handle it or I wanted more. I was like, no, bitch, get the fuck off. Leave. Don't call me.
Oh, my God.
No, I called her. It was
crazy. Yeah, because again, like, it's like, you know, people say stupid things like, oh, you know, women give birth, or, you know, the vaginal canal is meant to stretch, and, oh, you know, like all this kind of fuckery, but like they don't understand how delicate the inner workings are. Between friction, saliva, latex, lubricants, like, you know what I mean? There's so much stuff going on in our pussy while we're trying to get pleasure, that sometimes some shit backfires. So if you don't clip your nails and your hands are not clean for whatever reason, you're fucking around with our pH balance.
All that.
Big and serious.
And then you're going to be mad at us because our pussy stank because we got an infection that you gave us.
Right? Right?
Like how we talk about it.
Oh, wait. Somebody said somebody cut my clitoral hood with their long ass nails. It was horrible. It wasn't me. I'm so sorry. And the funny thing is, me, I never touch with my fingernails, like on the inside in any way, shape, or form.
You never what? Touch inside with your fingernails?
Yeah, because my nails are always long. So I've developed a way of working around using the insert.
That's a big thing too. I do not understand how women can have those long nails and then say they fuck women. So how you doing this?
I'm not one of them, because I don't even fuck myself with my nails. I would never do that to, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
No, absolutely not. That, I would hurt somebody. I would feel bad. Like, seriously.
I'm so glad you're admitted this, because I promise you, it's so many women that tell me, they're like, no, like, I have my nails done, but I have techniques to this. I'm like, what technique? Like, what the fuck?
No, absolutely not. There's no, as a woman who, and my nails are always long, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love my own pum-pum and don't put my fingernails inside of her because I know what it could do to her. Even if I've washed my hands, scrubbed my nails, I still wouldn't put my fingers inside of myself like that. No, I'll tell you a story. Well, everybody's going to hear this story, but I'm going to say, my nails, I yanked out one of my piercings accidentally because of my nail got hooked in it, and I wasn't even trying to do anything. I was wiping from peeing, and my nail got hooked and yanked out my piercing. So now everybody knows I have a piercing.
At that point, like. Did you keep the piercings? You kept the nails on.
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. I yanked so hard inadvertently that I don't even know where it flew. All I remember feeling is like this tugging sensation. I was like, did I just pull out my piercing? And then I'm there feeling. I was like, what the fuck? Where did it go? So again, I don't play around with insertions with my nails because it can fuck you up. It can fuck around and do some shit it's not supposed to do. Case in point, yanking out my piercing.
Okay. So you don't finger fuck any women that you've been with your nails?
That's not what I said. I do. I just don't use my nails.
Other thing. Well, I said finger fuck. So you do finger
fuck? Yes. Well, more like knuckle fuck.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. All right.
Yeah. Sucking on the clit and a knuckle fuck, like, especially if your hands are, like I said, it goes in far enough that it's and if you do like a motion like this and it's rubbing upwards and you're sucking at the same time.
Knuckle fuck. That's literally the first time I ever heard of that term. But you know what? I normally date like studs or stems, if you will, who do not do like the long nail thing. So I've never had to like personally deal with that. Knuckle fuck, it's a new thing.
A knuckle fuck.
That opens up the possibilities to the femmes with the long nails. Because before I was like, oh no, boy, you get your nails done and then I need fuck.
A knuckle fuck. Long enough. And like I said, it's in, but you can't just do that by itself. You have to be using your mouth as well, because obviously, but it's like when you're eating pussy, if you don't have long nails, do a finger stroke. Like, don't just suck on the clit or suck on the, like, incorporate a bunch of things. So it's the same sort of thing. If your nails are too long, you can do a knuckle fuck. Just make sure that you're sucking on the clit or sucking on the pussy to enhance the feeling.
Oh, excuse me, y'all.
Are you okay?
Okay. They went down the wrong pipe. Sorry.
You all right?
Pause. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Let me get my tears here. Knuckle fucking.
Knuckle fucking.
About that because, yeah, they've been lying to me all this time.
There are ways around it. There are absolute ways around it. Don't let them lie to you.
All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I got tears like.
You know what? I'm about to get a whole bunch of questions in my DMs from people, but it's all right.
Good. Let us know about the juicy ones. Can we talk about piercings for a minute though? Thinking of getting one, sister friend. Yeah, we can talk about piercings. So I had a piercing too. I don't have it anymore. I had my hood pierced.
Yes.
And what I will say is when I wasn't having sex, it was very stimulating. Like, I liked it because I don't wear underwear. Like, I feel them and they bother me. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like having anything constricted on me. So my piercing would constantly like be rubbing against stuff. I don't mind being turned on like at any moment during the day. Like, that's fine with me. It's my personal thoughts. Nobody knows. I got a heart on. So cool. But during actual sex, it was in the way for me. It was definitely in the way. Yeah, because I do a lot of scissoring, you know, things like that. And it was it just wasn't what it was for. And then eventually, like, it just came out. So for me, as a lesbian, you do a lot of scissoring and a lot of, like, all types of
rubbing. And mashing. Yes. Rubbing. Mushing. Yes.
Yeah. And then also, I felt like it made people focus again on my clit too much or that area too much. It was like they needed to focus on my piercing. And I'm like, no, like, it's just here to be pretty.
Right? Yeah, I find the same thing when I had gotten my hood skin pierced. Wearing panties for like 6 months was really difficult. And no, seriously, I'm finding like I had to run to like the bathroom like every 15 or 20 minutes to like go rub one out because it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And even now there are times where, wearing underwear with it is sometimes uncomfortable. And it really is just for the aesthetic because it's just for the aesthetic. What a piercing that I really do want to get though is the what is it called? I think it's called the Princess Diana?
Princess Diana?
Something like that. It's a princess something. So basically, above your hood skin, like your actual vulva, you pierce the vulva.
Oh, okay.
But my problem with that is most of my stimulation when I'm masturbating is focused on my vulva. So I would probably hurt myself really badly. Yeah, that's the only reason I wouldn't get one done. My penis is big. I love sex. Nobody gives a fuck. Let me just help you out of the conversation.
What are you trying to say? Reach deep down inside yourself and like find what you're really trying to say, because I don't understand either.
Can we just block him? If you are the ones that profess it, are usually the ones that. No, trying to see if we could block him, but.
You're in the right place. The fuck?
But yeah, I never really found that.
I got you. They be entertaining.
Yeah,
all right, I'm trying to block. Let's see.
I think you have to hide the conversation from him or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it ejects him out of the conversation.
Really, dude? Okay, who we got? I'm trying to find these people I need to block. They look good, but during sex, I don't like them. Yep, as a man's perspective. Yep, man, woman, like they again, it's cool for the aesthetics, but
I heard somebody say it's like sucking on a mouthful of quarters. And then my first thought is, why the fuck are you sucking on quarters? First question. And second question, why are you sucking on quarters that you even know what quarters fucking taste like to compare it to a clit piercing? Why are you sucking on quarters? That should be the more important thing to be focusing on.
and it's so tiny. So how could it possibly be like that? It's so tiny. It's got that much flavor? Let me know.
The pussy has flavor. The piercing definitely not.
There's probably like a quarter of a centimeter of metal that you could probably like physically taste, assuming that it's not a full metal piercing, right?
Right.
I don't know, but even still, it's not a lot of metal. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not a very big piercing. I have had it fall out from, I guess all the sucking had, loosened it up a bit. And it almost got swallowed. So then I had to get a bigger ball to anchor it. And that's the only time that ever happened. It's never happened since then.
Okay. Since you got the bigger ball.
Yes.
Okay.
Bigger is better in some cases.
Yes, I'm sure.
Question.
Because when it came out, I didn't want to put. What's the question?
Put it back. No, my question to you. Mm-hmm. So, do the size of the pussy lips matter? Does the visual size of the pussy lips matter?
As far as what?
Appeal.
Appeal? Not necessarily. No. In fact, like, I like all size pussies. All pussy sizes matter.
That's how you smile when you say that. You're like.
Correct here tonight on this pussy question. Nah, fuck that. But for real, like, no, I really do. I enjoy the woman, like, in their entirety when I'm with them. So I totally appreciate. I love fat pussy. I love fat pussy.
Yeah,
I love
something.
I'm orally fixated, like for edible podcast, orally fixated, lesbian, cannabis. Lesbian and cannabis culture. Sorry, I'm tipsy. It's my own smoke. I mean that. Like, that's on me. We are orally fixated. I like to eat food, and I like things in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love fat pussies. I love even like just ones that are just like tout, I guess you could call it. I don't know what to call it. Like little tout pussies. It's kind of there.
Explain tout to me. I don't know that term.
Not fat, the opposite of fat.
Okay, yes. Okay.
I call it a skinny pussy. I don't know what that is.
A slim pussy? A slim thick? A slim pussy?
Slim thick pussy.
A slim thick.
What type of pussies y'all got? How would you describe your pussy?
I always say she's fat and fleshy. My girlfriend, a friend of mine, she always teases and says it looks like it weighs about 50 pounds. So like, really? That's a real Jamaican thing. When they say like you've got good pum-pum, they'll say like your pum-pum weighs 20 pounds or your pum-pum weighs 50 pounds, or you know what I mean? Like you've got fluff, like it's got weight to it.
Mm-hmm. Pussy got weight.
That's a heavy pussy energy. Fat pussy energy.
I would say it's unassuming. Just like that ass.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't. I don't know. Like it's definitely fatter. Like I've had that conversation with people. Like, oh, I didn't expect it to be fat like this. I'm like, yeah, it is. Oh.
Yeah, it's a sex symbol status.
Got a little poof.
But you know what? It's good because when they come in underestimating, yeah,
it's always a great thing.
It is. Then they're in for a real treat. Then they actually have to second guess themselves, especially if they came in with like a game plan and they thought it was just going to be one kind of way. Now they're like, Okay, I gotta rework the plan.
That's actually what happened with my ex. I remember we had this conversation. It was funny. She was like, yeah, like I thought I was just gonna fuck you that night because like I didn't think you had the type of ass that I preferred. She's like, but I got them pants off and I was like, oh, I gotta rethink shit.
Rethink the game plan. See, we gotta make a shirt that says heavy pussy energy.
Heavy pussy energy, yes.
It's not even fat pussy. It's heavy pussy energy.
For those of y'all just tuning in, we were talking about how to eat pussy. So as soon as we end this live, you'll be able to go back to the beginning and get your pointers because y'all need them. Everybody needs them. Don't be in denial about your pussy eating game. Okay, there she goes. Hey.
Okay.
Yes. Can y'all hear me now?
Hello.
Hello.
Are we connected, everybody?
I mean, I'm connected. You're connected. I just want to make sure like they can hear me because
Yes.
I was. Yeah, okay, they said they can hear me. Great. But let them know a little bit about the Pum Pum Chronicles, like, you know, why you do what you do, where they can get in contact with you.
Why do I do what I do? Okay, so I always say that I'm old, and I know I'm gonna get questions about what that means because I don't look as old as I am, but I'm an old lady. We'll just leave it at that.
Like you said, what does that mean?
I'm a lot older than what people think I am. I have yet to meet someone who has ever guessed anywhere near my correct age.
That's dope. That's admirable.
Thanks. And because of that, I've had a lot of life experience. I started living on my own when I was 16 going on 17. Graduated post-secondary really early. Like I was a smart kid. I was a nerdy kid. I was a hypersexual kid. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And, you know, growing up in a West Indian Jamaican household, there are certain things that you're not allowed to talk about sex, you know, in any way, shape, or form. It's not even that it's frowned upon. It's just a non-existent conversation. And I've had a lot of sexual experiences from when I was a much younger person, like a kid, before knowing anything, experimenting, trying different things, so on and so forth. And then, you know, into my young adult years, into my adult years, into my older, more mature adult woman years. And one of the goals for me was that when I had kids of my own, that I would always leave a platform open for them to discuss anything that they wanted to talk to me about. And so that was one component to it. And then another, because I worked in the community, social work for a long time, having conversations with women about sex, about healthy sexuality, about intimacy, about loving their bodies, about touching their bodies, about being intimate with themselves. These were all important conversations that were never had. And so in doing the Pum Pum Chronicles, one of the parts of it that were really important to me is providing a platform for people, period, to talk about sex, to talk about relationships, to talk about intimacy, to talk about, you know, cultural upbringings in regards to all of those things, and, you know, maybe where they were then versus where they are now. And I use my personal life experiences to give people feedback and advice or suggestions based on things that I've experienced, based on things that I've learned, based on things that I've studied, but just to help give perspective that I know that I didn't have at any point in time. I'm also very sexually liberated, and I have no issues with my body. I have no issues with my breasts, my ass, talking about sex, fucking, like any of those things. I have no hangups about who I'm attracted to. in whatever packaging and whatever skin they come in. It's about who I love and who attracts me, and trying to help people get to a better place of understanding, even if they don't agree. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned in life and that I try to teach other people is that you can hear another person's perspective and you can agree to disagree. It doesn't mean you're right or they're right, or you're wrong or they're wrong. It just means that you have a difference of opinions. You have different perspectives on, life, and it's okay to have those differences, but be respectful about what the other person believes in. And so through my podcast and my platform, I just try to share those experiences and life lessons with everybody.
Yes. And we thank you, because it's so important. People don't realize, like, even though you individually might feel like sexually liberated, but us as a people, as a Black people of color, as a whole, we are not. We still have barriers. We still have a lot of shit to work through in order to find like sexual gratification, like within our own means and our own lives and our own lifestyles. So it's very important that podcasts such as yours exist, where we can have a platform to learn and just be exposed to people who are sexually free, right? So no matter what it is you do, no matter what it is you're into. So, and thank you for coming on tonight and sharing, because yes, we needed to know how to eat the pussy properly.
And I hope y'all actually listen to both what Fame and I were saying in terms of, and it wasn't just about our pleasure. Please don't misunderstand. It wasn't just a perspective of this is what we like. It's sharing that kind of broader knowledge, not just for ourselves, but for people that we've talked to, women that we've spoken with, who, it's kind of like a general consensus about the things that you should and should not do. Just even basic stuff. Ask a question. Nobody should tell you that you should ask a question. You should know this, but you still have to tell people.
Yes.
Talk about it. Conversation doesn't hurt.
You're putting your parts together. You should be able to have a conversation.
That entire part. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is
Thanks, everybody.
Yes. Make sure y'all go follow. I did pin it. Where'd it go? Or was it no?
Yeah, that was in the other one. That's okay. Badass _ Jones _ or the PumPum Chronicles Podcast. That's where you can find me.
I'm still gonna pin it even after she signs off.
Okay.
You can catch our podcast next Sunday. You'll see a reminder. So if you're not following Edible by Lezcronymz, make sure you are.
Absolutely.
Your post notifications and all that stuff, because we got some crazy shit coming like every other day. So thank you, AJ.
Thank you, Fame.
Sharing your wisdom with us.
When I come to Philly, we'll do this live. We'll do this face to face.
Hell yeah. I'm getting you right here. She's gonna be right here.
Yes. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Bye.
All right, y'all. I am going to put on AJ's username right now. Handle, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's not AJ. It took me a while to learn this. Badass. It's badass _ Jones _ Don't forget that underscore, because you're going to be following some random person that I was following. Okay, I'm going to pin that. Y'all late as fuck. All right, so we were talking about how to eat pussy tonight with AJ Badass Jones. Y'all missed it. We are literally like just getting off of here. So make sure you go follow AJ. I'm going to pin that right now. Okay. And then also, since y'all late, go back and once I sign off of here, the live will be available. So you can go ahead and watch and get your pointers on how to eat pussy, because we all need to know that. Right? Don't you learn something new every day?
Something like that.
Right, Mahogany?
Something like that.
Every day. I learned something today. Did y'all see that angle on that tongue when she was doing the demonstration? I have a long tongue, so. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Okay. So I'm out of here. I reached my limits. I did 2 lives tonight. Also, go check out the Black Dragon Breakfast Club's live. A lot of information, like just empowerment, women's empowerment. Like every time I get together with Say Hi to, it just be all love and building and stuff like that, and I feel refreshed. So if you like being around them types of women who you just get around and get a little bit of inspiration from, and you just get moving, like go follow Black Dragon Breakfast Club. That's my boo. Yikes. I ain't like that song. All right, I'm gonna stop thoughting tonight. Good night, y'all.
You're listening to Edible Podcast, orally fixated, highly ingestible, lesbian and cannabis culture. Hey, yo, Alexa, roll up.